As the left becomes progressively more bizarre and detached from reality and common sense, it tends to look with increasing alarm and suspicion at things that are normal. It scratches its head in confusion, trying to understand why normal people do normal things. It becomes like some sort of alien species studying humanity from afar, struggling and failing to comprehend. This explains a recent article in Newsweek written by a reporter named Marnie Rose McFall. Her bio says she's based in London, but her reporting style suggests that she's based on Jupiter or something. Here's the headline. Quote, "How hot girls became the right's new obsession." Yes, Miss McFall has used her powers of perception to notice this new and curious trend where men are attracted to beautiful women. Now she's writing a lengthy analysis about it and consulting experts to better understand this weird, bizarre thing that's happening. Let's read on. It all began with Sydney Sweeney's cleavage. In March, the 27-year-old actress hosted Saturday Night Live for the first time wearing low-cut outfits during the start and close of the show, which featured a number of jokes about her physical appearance, including a sketch where she played a Hooters waitress. SNL cast member Bowen Yang revealed in a recent episode of the Fly on the Wall podcast that the Euphoria star was practically begging everybody to make body-related jokes. She came in and was like, "Please, everyone, make jokes about my boobs," he said. At the time, Sweeney's appearance sparked much discourse and was lauded by a number of right-wing commentators as the death of woke. More on that later. The actress has become a so-called conservative hot girl, a pinup for the modern-day right-wing movement as it attempts to expand the appeal of conservatism beyond the confines of its largely older white male base. Sweeney and other conservative hot girls don't necessarily have any tangible involvement with politics, though some have strong political affiliations, but they've been claimed by right-wing public figures as their own, whether they appear to like it or not. Now, when you think about the great opening sentences in the history of literature, you may recall iconic lines like, "Call me Ishmael," or "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times." One of my favorites from Notes from the Underground, "I am a sick man, I am a spiteful man." Those are all powerful ways to begin a story, but none of them come close to the literary brilliance of the first line of this Newsweek article, which again says, "It all began with Sydney Sweeney's cleavage." Now, there's a hook that keeps the reader reading. So let's continue. The conservative hot girl isn't a particularly new phenomenon, Victoria Cann, an associate professor at the University of East Anglia in the UK, told Newsweek. Women have been positioned through the lens of the masculinist imagery in conservative populist politics for a very long time. Sweeney appears to have kicked off the latest wave of conservative hot girls at a time when conventional beauty standards have been adopted as a purported antidote to wokeness. That word was initially associated with progressive movements, but has since been co-opted by conservative critics to mock what they perceive as excessive political correctness, virtue signaling, or a tendency to overemphasize identity politics. Amy Tatum of Bournemouth University told Newsweek that this focus on hot girls is a way for the right in the U.S. to fight back against perceptions of wokeness. Holding up women in a sexualized fashion could be a tactic to reinforce gender stereotypes around women's appearance. Does the conservative hot girls' rise symbolize a more liberal thinking about sexuality? Or is it the installation of women as objects for political gain? Definitely the latter. Catherine Rottenberg of Goldsmiths University of London said, "There is no liberal thinking about sexuality here. Patriarchy and populism go hand in hand." Hannah Yellen of Oxford Brookes University in England told Newsweek, "Policing women, their appearance, and their bodies is an integral mechanism of the American right." Well, that was predictable. The feminist journalist is initially mystified about this cutting-edge new trend of men liking attractive women, but she quickly determines that the whole thing must be a patriarchal conspiracy, because men don't actually like attractive women. This cannot be a natural predilection. It must be rather a nefarious mechanism that men use to control and, as the Oxford Brookes University professor says, police women. How are they policing women? In what way exactly does a man control or police women just by noticing that Sydney Sweeney is attractive? Well, that's never really explained, because it is, of course, and it's especially when you consider that men actually have very relaxed beauty standards, quote unquote, for women. So if women feel pressured to dress a certain way or partake in any particular fashion trend or, wear a lot of makeup or get plastic surgery or do anything elaborate or expensive to enhance their appearance, that pressure, if it exists at all, is coming from other women. Like 100% of the time, okay? Are you still struggling with back taxes or unfiled returns? The IRS is escalating collections by adding 20,000 new agents and sending millions of demand letters. Handling this alone could be a huge mistake and cost you thousands of dollars. In these challenging times, your best offense is with Tax Network USA. With over 14 years of experience, the experts at Tax Network USA have saved clients millions in back taxes, regardless of the size of your tax issue. Their expertise is your advantage. Tax Network USA offers 3 key services: protection, compliance, and settlement. Upon signing up, Tax Network USA will immediately contact the IRS to secure a protection order, ensuring that aggressive collection activities such as garnishments, levies, or property seizures are halted. If you haven't filed in a while, if you need amended returns, or if you're missing records, Tax Network USA's expert tax preparers will update all of your filings to eliminate the risk of IRS enforcement. Then they'll create a settlement strategy to reduce or eliminate your tax debt. The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world, and now that tax season is over, collection season has begun. Tax Network USA can even help with state tax issues. For a complimentary consultation, call today at 1-800-958-1000 or visit their website at tnusa.com/Walsh. That's 1-800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/Walsh today. Don't let the IRS take advantage of you. Get the help you need with Tax Network USA. So, for example, just one minor personal example. A few weeks ago, we had the red carpet premiere for my new film, Am I Racist?, which is in theaters now. Get your tickets at amiracist.com. And my wife, as you might expect, was slightly stressed out about finding the perfect dress to wear for the occasion. Perfectly natural. Any wife would feel the same about attending a function like that. And as men, we tend to look with a certain kind of bemusement as our wives search frantically for the right outfit for the occasion. That's because, to me as the husband, I think my wife looks beautiful in anything she wears. If I was the one setting the beauty standard, there'd be nothing to stress over. All she has to do is look like herself and I'll be impressed. She could grab a $30 dress off the rack at Walmart and I would rate it a 10 out of 10 if she was wearing it, and I'd be totally sincere in doing that. But I'm not the one whose judgmental gaze, she has to worry about. It's other women. So the worst kept secret in the beauty standards discussion is that women are the ones who set unreasonable and sometimes unhealthy beauty standards for other women. It's not men doing that. Now, that's not to say that men find every woman beautiful, okay? That's not to say we don't have any standards. We find beautiful women beautiful. Some women have more average looks. Some women are, unfortunately, ugly. There's not much a nice dress or makeup or even plastic surgery can do to change any of that, really. A beautiful woman is beautiful in a cheap dress and little or no makeup. An ugly woman is probably still ugly in a nice, expensive dress and 40 pounds of makeup. In fact, she may even look worse. The only thing that a beautiful woman can do to look ugly in our eyes as men is overeat and become obese. And on the other end, an ugly woman might become beautiful by eating healthy and losing weight. And this is how beauty standards work for men. It's like they're pretty reasonable and certainly uncomplicated. Men are attracted to attractive women. There's nothing political about it. There's nothing manipulative about it. It is women, feminists specifically, who have not only created unreasonable beauty standards, but have politicized beauty standards. So the real problem for feminists like Marnie Rose McFall or the experts that she interviewed for her article, which, by the way, from what I could tell in that article, they're consulting the experts to find out why men are attracted to beautiful women. Not one man was consulted in that article. I mean, am I wrong? It's like every person that she talked to was a woman. She's trying to find out why men are doing a certain thing or why they're attracted. Didn't talk to a single man. Like, what does that tell you? It's like that's feminism exemplified right there. It's everything you need to know about feminism is in that article. Not only that the article exists and that they are mystified by the fact that men are attracted to women, but that she never even asked a man about it. So their real problem is not that men have beauty standards, but rather that we recognize beauty at all. And as we've covered many times on this show, the left hates beauty. It produces only ugliness, ugly art, ugly buildings, ugly people. There is a war on beauty in our culture, just as there is a war on truth and a war on goodness. Beauty is good and true, which is why it too must be abolished. And that is why they feign incredulity at men who appreciate beauty. And that is also why Newsweek and its anti-beauty writer and all the experts that she talked to are all today canceled. Hey, YouTube, thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like access to my full show with no ads, you should go to dailywire.com and use promo code Walsh to get 2 months free on all annual plans. See you there.